You're looking live at Homestead Miami Speedway for the SuperStar ARCA Cup Series. As currently right now, heat number 2 green up, but we missed qualifying heat number 1, but Travis Bieber was on pole position for tonight's race. But we'll take a quick look at our finishing results for heat number 1 that just happened a few moments ago. Alex Anderson was the heat 1 winner, Craig Martin 2nd, Hunter Sr. 3rd, Brian Marshall 4th, Isaiah Walters 5th, Ruben Warnock 6th, Michael James 7th, Dane Rubark 8th, Skylar Jones 9th, and Ruben Rodas rounding out the top 10 in heat 1. And Christian Schweiger 11th, Christopher Busch in 12th, Michael Malm 13th, and Tate LaPretta in 14th. As right now, heat number 2 now rolling off as well, as it'll be Seymour Hoff starting first place in heat 2. Currently on the racetrack right now. I'll take a quick look at our starting lineup here for heat number 2. Here in the Race Tech 190, Seymour Hoff will be on the front row, Nathan Johnson in 2nd, Ryan Houston in 3rd, Timothy Percy 4th, Jared Skinner 5th, Nate Bogus in 6th, Blake McClung 7th, Donnie Kite in 8th, Alex McQueen 9th, Dylan Lamp in 10th, Zachary Tyler 11th, Arlinsky in 12th, and Timmy Basketball, fan favorite, will round out the 13-car heat number 2 field. As Travis Bieber did, like I mentioned before, win the Rogue Energy Pole Award as well. About Rogue Energy after this heat race, but Seymour Hoff gonna lead us to the green once this iRacing pace truck pulls off in the pit lane. As it's 10 laps in total here for tonight's heat races. As pace car pulls off in the pit lane and into the restart zone they go. It is green, Seymour Hoff with a pretty decent restart over Nathan Johnson down into turn 1. They're side by side slightly down into the high banks here at Homestead. Nathan Johnson backs off, but here comes Ryan Houston now to the inside of Nathan Johnson. They're side by side for second behind Hoff. Has a little bit of a bump chat there from Timothy Presley to Nathan Johnson, giving him a good shove down in turn 3 and 4. As Timothy Presley ripping the outside wall. You can see that a few times here tonight. Homestead known for ripping the outside wall. Seymour Hoff will lead lap 1 of the heat race. Wet racetrack goes Presley once more, trying to rip the outside. Trying to do something, but Houston clears. Now Presley looking for the crossover move down the back straightaway. He goes as they're side by side for third place right now. Seymour Hoff and Nathan Johnson still out in front in 1-2, but side by side for third. Brian Houston trying to hold on to the outside lane. Oh, Presley some contact there. Oh, Houston on the outside wall. He collects Skinner as well as everyone else avoids. As Houston's damaged left front, he has no left front. Looks like, and Jared Skinner also out of this heat race as well. So luckily no chase drivers involved there, but some good front runners involved. As it looks like Presley just got tight out for turn 4 and just maybe a little bit of net code, but Houston couldn't save it. Oh, Donnie Kite may have got some damage as well there. Cannot avoid Jared Skinner, but everyone else going to the inside as well and avoiding those two drivers. But back out in front, Seymour Hoff still leads. Nathan Johnson still in second, but the mid-pack dicing it out as Donnie Kite falls down to 8th place as well. As he's on the bottom of the racetrack, he may have a broken right front, left front maybe. As he's actually going to park it right there. I'm not sure what happened to that 2 machine. As he does have right front damage. Looks like that contact with Jared Skinner was severe enough that he's just going to park it in the pit lane. He's got to start the rear end of the field here pretty much here tonight. Probably around the high 20s. But back in the impact here, Alex McQueen and Karolinski side by side for 6th place as we're halfway through heat number 2. Currently Seymour Hoff, Nathan Johnson still 1-2 out in front. Still side by side. Queen does clear though. And now here comes Zachary Tyler to the outside of Karolinski. Karolinski falling back just a little bit there. He's on 8th place, excuse me, he started in 12th, he's up to 8th, but he's fallen back 2 positions the last 2 laps. As we'll see this inside line is the way to go. Zerlinski still side by side with Zachary Tyler, the only side by side battle on the racetrack right now, currently. As the outside so far tonight has been pretty good, but Zerlinski doing a great job. A little older tires, 6 laps into the run, being able to just maintain, but right there down the back straightaway, Zachary Tyler was pretty much clear as there's Reinhausen off the pit lane right now. As Zerlinski is to get clear, not cool. Oh, he's in the outside wall, but he does shut the door there on Zachary Tyler off for turn number 4. Very aggressive move from that 22 machine, but he moves himself up to 7th place here on lap 7. But back out in front, Simulov still leads over Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson closing the gap down, now under 2/10 here, coming to 3 laps to go this time by. There's 3 laps to go here in heat number 2. Who will get the win here? Simulov still out in front, led pretty much since the beginning, since lap 1. Got the pole positions, led since. Nathan Johnson trying to chase down that race leader right now. And the 2 laps to go this time by. He's just kind of in tow there and doesn't really have enough of a draft right now to do much. But back around for 3rd, Nate Bogus now on the back bumper of Timothy Presley with 2 laps to go for these drivers. Trying to fight for as much positions as I can to have a better starting spot in the main event. As there goes Bogus to the inside. Side by side now for 3rd place, Bogus on the inside. Presley up top. And the white flag this time by 1.5 miles to go for these drivers. As off for turn 4. And we press on the outside. Does he have the momentum down the front straight? It looks like he will, but not enough to clear Nate Bogus there in turn 1. But back out in front, Simulov still leads over Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson not really able to do much there on Simulov, but still side by side for 3rd place. Here comes Blake McClung. He could be a factor here. He can maybe go from 5th to 3rd in this one corner. In the press with a good run down the back straightaway he goes. Down into turn 3. For the race lead though, Nathan Johnson getting around Simulov side by side for the lead. And for this heat win, door each other coming through the line. It's going to be Simulov barely getting Nathan Johnson in for 3rd place. It's going to be Timothy Presley. Hangs on over Nate Bogus. Photo finish there for heat number 2. But Simulov gets it done there at the end. As Nathan Johnson will round out in 2nd place. And that's going to wrap up the 2 heats right there. As we'll take a quick look at our finishing results here for heat number 2. It's going to be Simulov who gets the race win there by 17 thousandths of a second over Nathan Johnson. 3rd place is Timothy Presley, Nate Bogus, and 4th, Blake McClung in 5th. Alex Green 6th, Kyle Linsky 7th, Zachary Tyler in 8th, Tim Basketball in 9th, and Dylan Lamp in 10th. In 11th will be Donnie Kite, Ryan Houston in 12th, and Jared Skinner in 13th. And also the Rogue Energy Pull Award will go to, like I mentioned before, Travis Bieber in that 94 machine. So he wins the Rogue Energy Pull Award as well. Are you ready to take your sim racing to the next level? Rogue Energy is the ultimate gaming energy drink loaded with vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. Get laser-like focus, increased motivation, and longer endurance to excel on the track. Whether you're bound for the lead or perfecting your lap times, Rogue Energy gives you the edge you need. Use code REF, that's code REF, at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Don't just play, dominate with Rogue Energy. That's what Travis Beer just did there in qualifying in that Homestead Pull Award as well. And so we'll take a quick little break as these drivers finish up warm-up. About a minute and a half left in the session. And we'll be your step side here from Homestead, Miami. We're back live here at Homestead. The gyro is green up right now for the race. As we take a quick look at our starting lineup here for tonight's main event. Like I mentioned before, Travis Bieber will be on pole position here for tonight's race. It's currently rolling out on the racetrack right now. Look, starting lineup here tonight. The race deck 190 at Homestead. Travis Bieber on pole position. Dustin Coggin in second. In third will be Alex Anderson. Fourth, Samuel Hoff. Fifth, Craig Morin. Nathan Johnson will be in sixth. Seventh, Hunter Sr. Timothy Presley will be in eighth. Ninth is Brian Marshall. 10th, Nate Bogus. 11th, Isaiah Walters. Blake McClellan will be in 12th. Jordan Warnock 13th. Alex McQueen 14th. Michael James 15th, Karolinski in 16th. Danny Robark 17th, Zachary Tyler in 18th. 19th will be Skylar Jones. 20th will be Tim McBasketball. Rose will be 21st, Dylan Lamp in 22nd. Christian Swagger 23rd, Donnie Kite 24th. Christopher Bush 25th, Ryan Houston 26th. Michael Malm 27th, Jerry Skirner 28th, and rounding out our 29-car field here tonight will be Tate Labretta in that 52 machine. His extra pace lap, so some gyros got some EOL penalties as well for tonight's event. Samuel Hoff, Ruben Royce, some of the few notable ones go down through the list as well. Blake McClellan, Christopher Bush, and Jordan Evans as well, all giving penalties, for tonight's race. Last week at Iowa, we saw Dustin Coggin win in a thriller there, a green and white checkered finish in that one. Now we're back to the 1.5 mile tracks. Haven't had a lot this season. This is our fourth one of the season in total. Last one was Charlotte, won by Hunter Sr. And also Hunter Sr. won at Atlanta, so he's won the last two 1.5 mile tracks. He's going to be starting in that 7th place spot. So we'll see what he can do in that 4th row there on the inside line in that 42 machine. Well, the base truck about to pull off in the pit lane. We're about to go green. 125 laps, 187.5 miles. And this is the race deck 190 at Homestead. As the base truck pulls off, and we're underway for chase race number 4. As chaotic start in the back, oh, already going 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Alex Anderson to the inside. 3 abreast there in turn 1 already. Up the racetrack goes Bieber. And Coggin up the racetrack. Oh, Bieber gets loose there on the middle of the corner. But Alex Anderson now takes the race lead off of turn 2. As it's absolute chaos behind us. It's still 3 wide. Travis Bieber trying to slide over the line. He does so in 5th place for now. As someone else also had a bad start in the rear end. I believe it was Jordan Warnock possibly, or Christopher Bush having a bad start in the rear end there. But lap 1 is complete under green as Alex Anderson will lead the first lap underway. Anderson also currently our points here as well. 12-point lead over Hunter Sr. He currently sits in 4th place right now on lap number 2. As he's looking to the inside of Timothy Presley. Our 3rd place spot, Travis Bieber slots himself in 5th, side by side with Nathan Johnson right now. As a single fell out here for the top 7 or so positions. But very multi-group racetrack here at Homestead, Miami, so you're going to see a lot of drivers rip the wall, go in the middle, and also on the bottom. But you got to watch out for those drivers. Might hit the outside wall as well. Might lose them some time, so you got to watch out for that. It's a risk that some of these drivers are willing to take, because it is quite quick up top. But you don't want to be too overdrive it too much, as Dustin Coggin just sets the fast lap there of the race. In 2nd place behind Alex Anderson. In 3rd place, Timothy Presley getting under attack from Hunter Sr. in that 4th place spot. A side by side 4th, 3rd, as Presley stays ahead for now. Kind of just maintains off of turn 4. As Anderson still leads here tonight. As absolutely chaotic start as a almost 3 wide there once more. That's Karolinski in the mid-pack there around 10th place. The actually officially 12th right there. The big box there for Karolinski and Isaiah Walters. Walters to stay behind for now. He's about for 11th, 12th, and 13th Alex McQueen on the outside there in that 12th place spot. Back out front still, Alex Anderson leads after a very aggressive 3-wide move from the get-go on the opening restart. Had a great run there on Travis Bieber, took the inside 3-wide, and he hasn't looked back since. Dustin Cotton still sits in second, as most of the field single filing out here on lap 5. Go back to the mid-pack here. It's Jared Skinner involved in that incident in his heat race, seeing them all the way, having him start all the way back in 23rd place. Actually, excuse me, 28th place. He's up 10 positions already, up to 18th right now. As him and Donnie Kite had an incident as well. Sam Wilhoff had an EOL penalty. So these two drivers, Juicy Spire Racing, having to make their way through the field from the back. And they're already doing a great job already about mid-pack or so. 6 laps in this race. Go back up to the race lead. Dustin Cotton closing the gap there on Alex Anderson. Under a 10th now between those two drivers as Hunter Sr. moves himself up to 3rd place. Timothy Presley moves down to 5th place, getting passed by Nathan Johnson as well. So some moves being made up here in the top 6 spots. Side by side here, it's Nate Bogus and Brian Marshall there for 8th. Marshall on the bottom. Nate Bogus go move his way on the top side, and he should clear Marshall here off of turn 4. Has momentum, and he almost clears that 64, not quite. Marshall gives him some good side drop there down the front straightaway and pulls him back just a little bit. Looking for a slider in turn 1 and 2, not going to be able to do anything there. Bogus is ripping the top side once more as they're duking it out in front of him. Travis Bieber and Timothy Presley for that 5th place spot. And for the race lead, Dustin Coggan to the inside of Alex Anderson. As they're side by side for a moment, but Anderson hangs on for now on the entry to turn 3, but it's getting a little tight out for turn 4. Coggan out of the momentum, possibly not quite, but Senior does have the momentum. He's going to take it, maybe take the run there. He's going to peek to the inside. He's going to send it, not quite. He's going to back out just a little bit on the entry to turn 1. Back here in that 7th place spot, it's Craig Martin and Timothy Presley there, 6th and 7th. Back out front, Dustin Coggan side by side with Alex Anderson to the inside. Watch out for Hunter Sr. He might be an aggressive move here. He's going to stay behind Coggan, push Coggan to the inside in turn 1. Going to give him the momentum as they're side by side for the race lead. Door to door off for turn number 2. Anderson on the top side, got the momentum down the back straightaway. Senior going to go back to the inside, maybe help Coggan, give him a little bit of a shove there in the turn 3. He's not quite close enough to do that. Coggan ripping that inside line, but he's going to get tight on the inside. Anderson going to try to hang on to this race lead for now. He's at every lap so far up to this point, and he clears off of turn 4. Will Senior make a move? He's going to push Coggan a little bit into turn 1. Coggan backs out of it there. A side by side for our 4th place spot, Nathan Johnson and Travis Bieber. Still side by side for 4th place as Bieber trying to rip up that top side, trying to move himself up to 3rd as well. He's alongside Johnson still. They're still side by side for 4th place here early on this one. As the pack's still pretty relatively close together for the most part here so far, but it's kind of long single file train from its 1st through 9th. Not a lot of moves being able to get done, but here in the Hunter Senior to the inside of Dustin Coggan. Coggan got a bit tight off of turn 4. Senior going to try to take advantage of that one. As has Senior been saving his tires just a little bit better than Coggan, and is running up behind him right now. As Coggan still clears down the back straightaway, so he stays in 2nd for now. As the sun is setting here in Homestead, Miami. As side by side there is Jared Skinner moving himself up to 5th place there. Ryan Housen also involved in a wreck as well. He's up 15 spots. He's up to 13th looking inside of Skylar Jones. Side by side for that 12th place spot as Jones gives Houston the position there pretty easily. Not going to fight it too much early on this one. And Jared Skinner working his way up through the field as well. Isaiah watches the outside there. Back out front, Alex Anderson still leads over Dustin Coggin in second. They're coming a lot. 15 right now. Off of turn 4 they go. Kind of see two, 3 big packs right now forming up. First pack around 9 drivers. Second pack around 5 or so. Kind of spreading out now into 2. Zielinski clips the outside wall there off of turn 4. As here comes Housen once again to the inside. He's up to 11th place now, up 15 spots so far here tonight. As Nate Boggess side by side with Timothy Presley close to making contact there off for turn number 2. Presley got a little tight. And here comes Boggess to the inside, but Presley had enough momentum down the back straightaway. He's still ahead of Boggess here entering turn 3. And off the exit 4. Presley gets a little tight as well, but he still clears Nate Boggess for his own-place spot. Let's take a quick look at our biggest movers so far here tonight. Top 5 most positions gained. Ryan Housen, Jared Skinner, and Tate LaPrada, the top 3. Michael James and Skylar Jones as well. 6 spots for both of those drivers. As there goes Nate Boggess around Timothy Presley. Presley doesn't put much of a fight that time by. Let's go back there. Brian Marshall and Ryan Housen now side by side as well. For a top 10 spot. And still side by side now for that 10th place spot. Now Ryan Housen does clear though for 10th. Michael James get around Timothy Presley for 8th place there as well. So some movement throughout the field, just slowly but surely. I think we'll see these tires starting to make a difference here as we come to 19 this time by Dustin Coggin now looking the inside once more on Alex Anderson. Anderson stays ahead for now here on lap 19. So now it's pretty much a 6-car breakaway for the most part. Nate Boggess a little bit further back from Travis Bieber right now in that 7th place spot. Just trying to gain some sort of time and be getting to the draft of those drivers in front of him. Then out to the inside goes Craig Martin on Nathan Johnson. He's now side by side for that 4th place spot. Johnson has the help of Travis Bieber though, giving him a little bit of arrow shove there on the back, on the front straightaway, excuse me. As he'll clear Craig Martin there. Craig Martin might lose a spot here to Travis Bieber. Looks like he will. Over turn 2. Bieber clears and Martin falls down that 6th place spot. So Nate Boggess is caught up to these drivers as well. And Michael James joined the picture, and Ryan Housen could join this picture as well in the meantime. Side by side there for 10th place, Timothy Presley and Brian Marshall. As Skylar Jones looks behind there as well. Jared Skinner is also in the back of this pack. So a lot of drivers making their way up through the field. Ryan Housen, Jared Skinner now trying to make their way through the field right now. There's still a big battle there for around that 12th place spot. Here comes Jones the inside of Presley. As side by side for 11th Jones. Will we see a slider? Yes, we will. Jones not able to clear quite enough as Presley stays up top. And here comes Zielinski. Will he make a move to the inside, outside? Maybe he's going to stay outside of Jones for now. And Skinner's going to follow him through on the outside line. How big will the momentum be off of turn 2 as Presley pinning down Jones pretty hard there. Jones getting a little tight off of turn 2. Still side by side down the back straightaway. Presley not able to clear quite enough. Jones with some good side draft. And Jones, oh, some contact there on the entry with Jones and Presley. As these drivers battling it out right now for this 11th place spot as Jones does clear Presley. Presley, I think, just gave the spot to Jones there. He just didn't want to battle too much for this 11th place spot, especially just trying to save their tires right now. As here comes Skinner now to the inside of Herlinski. This is for 13th place. Herlinski clears Skinner. Backing further on back, there's another 4-car pack. Yeah, Blake McQuan, Christopher Busch, and Jordan Warnock there. 4 cars duking out here for around 20th place. So single file back out for a moment. Here we go, back up to 5th place, Craig Martin. Side by side with Travis Bieber. As here comes Michael James. Ryan Housen is putting the picture now in his front pack. To the top 3 now trying to pull away is Hunter Sr. in 2nd, Dustin Goggin 3rd, and Alex Anderson obviously still leading this race. As yet, I believe he's led every single lap so far here tonight. All 25. As Craig Martin slots himself up to 5th place. And here comes Ryan Housen to the inside. He's looking for top 5 right now as well. He's worked big time for the field, starting in 26th place. He's up 19 positions. Might be 20 here in a moment. He's going to get really tough for turn 2. Has to back out a little bit, and that might cost him a position. As here comes Michael James on the outside. He might be able to get by Ryan Housen with the momentum off of turn number 2. He carried that momentum all the way down to turn 3. And where will he be off of turn 4? He's also got some draft there from Travis Bieber. And Ryan Housen's got to turn out position. He falls down to 8th place for now. But that 98 machine really like that inside line. He could be a factor here late in this one. As we're 1/5 of the way through already. 25 laps. Oh, Michael James the outside wall. Does that affect him? That affects the momentum quite a bit. But could he have that right front damage as well? That's going to really hurt your car in that aero damage. It really impact these next few laps as well. Alex Anderson, once these tires have started to wear out, you kind of see the gaps have built up. Be able to pull away just a little bit from these drivers behind, and it's not so draft dependent anymore. You see a whole shot of the field right there. As the drivers kind of spreading out just a little bit, as I think pit stops might be coming up here in a short while. As here goes Ryan Housen to the inside, Travis Bieber. I believe these drivers can probably go around 35 or so laps, possibly. As side by side there, Housen gonna clear off for turn 2. He's gonna get by Travis Bieber, pole sitter here tonight. Go back to mid-pack here, Don Kite getting around Timothy Presley. There for 14th place. Side by side once more. Here goes Michael James, the inside of Bieber. Side by side for 7th as James gets a little tight off the exit of these corners. Seems like this car is a little tight on these older tires. As here goes Craig Martin to the inside of Nathan Johnson. Side by side 4th place, Craig Martin get a clear off for turn 4. And here comes Ryan Housen as well. And he's going to clear easily there for that 5th place spot. Ryan Housen now inside the top 5. First time tonight. And here comes 3 wide action now. Nate Bogus on the inside. Going to make some contact there with Michael James. Bogus backs out of it. As Jair's down pit lane. Hit LaPreda and Dan Rebark. Rebark in the pit lane for about a minute or so. Ruben Rhodes pitted a couple laps ago. Isaiah Watchers as well. Dylan Lamp also coming down pit lane. A few others coming down pit lane as well. Very tricky pit lane to get onto here at Homestead. Saw a few issues last week at Iowa. How hard it was to get on there. There's a bunch of drivers coming up pit lane. Skyler Jones, like I mentioned, Dylan Lamp as well coming up pit lane. As there goes Craig Martin to the inside once more. Dustin Coggan. Craig Martin has come alive these last few laps. Being able to save his tires pretty good right now. But here comes Ryan Houston. He's looking to go to the top 3, and he has. As Nathan Johnson has come out pit lane, same with Hunter Sr. So pit stops are in full force right now. As Ryan Houston does clear easily for that second place spot for now, but Alex Anderson still out in front, has get the pits. The pit lane is a very busy place right now. It's Karlinski, Nathan Johnson, Michael James down pit lane. Emily Preston now down pit lane as well. Zachary Tyler, Michael Malm. Isaiah Walsh taking 2 tires only. That's going to be an interesting strategy call for him. But here comes Alex Anderson, our race leader, down into the pit road. And make sure you don't get any penalties as well, as it looks like no one has so far. St. Box on billing, Alex McQueen not billing as well. As here comes Ryan Houston not billing. As he got to roll it down a little sideways there, and they believe he got it down there. Down the pit lane speed, looks like he did. Same with Dustin Coggan behind him as well. Oh, Ryan Houston, big mistake on pit road there. He's sideways, able to get into his stall. But he had to back it up just, I think, move forward just a little bit. Just got a bad pit road entry there into his stall. See if we replay that one real quick. Just kind of slid just a little bit sideways. But he's off the pit lane, maybe a couple seconds lost there. But right now out in front, Craig Martin is currently our race leader, followed by Brian Marshall, Jared Skinner in 3rd, Donnie Kite 4th, and Blake McClung in 5th. I see him off just coming down pit lane right now in that 6th place spot. We'll see where cycles all these drivers out to, but right now Alex Anderson still leads over Hunter Sr., who's right behind him. Sr. with a little bit older tires than Anderson. He's right on the back bumper of that 67 machine. There's now some lap traffic being involved here. Brian Marshall on those older tires. As Hunter Sr. going to use some draft there for Marshall. He's going to split 3 wide middle. Here comes Sr. for the race lead once this all cycles out. As they're side by side now, Alex Anderson, Hunter Sr. Door to door here. Down the front straightaway they go. It's going to be a dry race to the line. Anderson's going to get it at the line barely, but can he carry that momentum into turn 1 and turn 2? Has some contact, some more contact. Senior backs out of it there as Anderson now scoots away now with the race lead once this all cycles through. As what about there for that race lead? Once these drivers in front start coming out pit lane, as Craig Martin down pit lane, as everyone down pit lane. So after this lap, Alex Anderson will regain the race lead. But what a chaotic few moments that was with him and Hunter Sr. as the field has spread out quite a bit. Doesn't look like anyone got pit road penalties. So everyone made it cleanly down pit lane and got down to pit road speed as well. The first pit cycle complete. So it looks like it'll be a 4-stop race most likely. Around 33 or so laps. Actually, it's going to be 3-stop race. With Dustin Coggan right now and Isaiah Walsh just side by side. Walsh just taking 2 tires on those that pit stop. The only driver to take 2 tires. Everyone else took 4 tires and a full tank of fuel as well. As Coggan now clears for 3rd. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 4 all chase drivers right now. And we're coming down to the final 3 races of the season. We're in chase race number 3, and there's 3 races left, and we include this one. Next week, we go to a track we've never been to on the Legends Racing Network. It's New Hampshire. So that's going to be a new experience for us as well. Never broadcasted a race there, and SuperStar ARCA has never raced there as well. Especially with these new ARCA cars. The New Hampshire usually puts on a pretty good show in real life at least, so it'll be interesting to see how it shapes out in iRacing. He goes to battle for a round. 8th place spot, Skylar Jones, Michael James, Craig Martin, and Nate Bogus. As Craig Martin, very fresh tires compared to these drivers up ahead. But the tire wear, there hasn't really been much tire wear here tonight. As they're 3 abreast there off of turn number 4. As there's Tim Basketball ahead, right in front of these 3 drivers, 3 wide. So Michael James on the top side, gonna go to the outside of Tim Basketball. As there's still 3 wide. Skylar Jones backs out of it. Craig Martin with those fresher tires, gonna take the inside. Is he gonna clear Nate Bogus off of turn 2? Not quite. Bogus with a good run. Down the back straight he goes. He's gonna suck up to Michael James. As they're gonna be 3 wide for a moment with Tim Basketball on the inside. There's still 2 wide here for his 7th place. As Craig Martin moves himself ahead of Nate Bogus, I believe, off of turn 4. Yes, he will. He clears that 11 car right there of Nate Bogus. 41 laps so far tonight. No cautions so far as well. One pit stop complete for all of these drivers. We'll do a little other end, crank it up here on lap 41, coming to 42. As back live here at Homestead, Battle of the Race lead is on. As Hunter Sr. has chased down Alex Anderson. They had slight contact a few laps ago. As can Hunter Sr. get around Alex Anderson and go 3 in a row at these 1.5 mile tracks? Has been his bread and butter pretty much this season. He's won the last 2. We haven't really had a lot of intermediate racetracks so far this season, so it's not a common place that you really see these 1.5 mile tracks on the schedule so far. But anyways, battle for 8th place as Michael James clears Isaiah Waltrus, as Waltrus falling back just a little bit on those 2 right side tires only, but back out in front. Hunter Sr. all over the back bumper of Alex Anderson for the race lead. He's got to peek to the inside right now, or will he just stay behind? So he's going to stay behind for now. Maybe he's just got to try to pull away from Dustin Coggan, who's 2.5 seconds back. And look who's in fourth. Ryan Houston working his way through the field, starting in 26th place, up 22 spots so far here tonight. And we've been green the whole time. No cautions has helped that 98 machine. We've been doing this all on the green and all on the racetrack. As the inside he goes on Dustin Coggan, he's got to clear for that third place spot off turn 4. And Ryan Houston now finds himself in the top 3 spot here on lap 50. So for some of these drivers' first pit, which was Isaiah Walters 25 laps ago, they pitted on lap 25. So will we see another pit stop here soon from that 60 machine, or will he try to stretch it out as long as he can? Definitely could be some varying strategy here as laps green, as the tires have not really worn out too much, around 5/10 or so, half a second after around 20 laps. So nothing too crazy so far. As Donnie Kite moves himself in the top 10 spot. Had troubles in his heat race. As he goes inside of Skylar Jones there for 9th. Kite, is he going to clear? Yes, he will. He clears Jones off of turn number 2. As here comes Jared Skinner as well. He'll try to go to the inside of Isaiah Walters and Skylar Jones and work himself into the top 10 spot. Single file back out. So right now, looking at the points championship, it's going to be between Alex Anderson and Hunter Sr. right now. They're 1-2 in the points and 1-2 on the racetrack. Craig Martin currently 3rd in the points. Having a good night tonight in that 5th place spot. If you can maintain that 5th place, you could have a fighting chance at the championship as well. Samuel Hoff currently 4th in the points. And currently on the racetrack, he is all the way down in 17th place after having an EOL penalty. And actually, Karolinsky out of tonight's race as well. Not sure exactly what happened. That 22 machine, but he's out of the car right now as we run this down pit lane. Not sure this is a scheduled pit stop for the 5 machine, but he is into his box. He's gonna go 1 lap down in pit lane as well. And Isaiah Walters currently 5th in the points. He currently runs at 12th place spot. Trying a different strategy call as well, taking 2 tires only. Seems like it hasn't really paid off too well for him as he hits the outside wall there for turn 2. As he's starting at 11th place, down to 12th place, lost 1 position since the start of the race. So, doesn't look like it's going to work out too well for him. But back out front, Alex Anderson still leads over Hunter Sr. I went over the top 5 in points currently, and where they sit right now, Timo off as they were just not doing so good tonight. The top 3 in the points, currently all in the top 5 right now on the racetrack. Michael James gets around Nate Bogus almost there. Not quite clear. There's a pretty big pack of cars. You got Nate Bogus, Michael James, Nathan Johnson, Danica, and Jared Skinner all in under a blanket here. These 5 drivers fighting for that 6th place spot right now out in front of this pack. It's all under a blanket. They're side by side still as Danica trying to put himself on Nathan Johnson. James Johnson backs up in big time as very slow entering turn 1. Big check up there for that 19 machine. Isaiah Walters comes down pit lane here on lap 56. As Nathan Johnson with a good run off of turn number 2. He's going to clear Michael James down the back straight. And here comes Danica as well. We get a little bit of a tow from that 11 machine. He's going to really send in turn 3 and 4. He'll clear Michael James as well. And Jared's going to go follow suit as well. So Michael James goes from 6th to maybe possibly 9th. But Jared's going to not a great run off of turn 4 there. Not the run he wanted. Try around Michael James. Two more drivers coming out pit lane. Skylar Jones being one of them. There's our pulse right now. Travis Bieber currently sits in 13th place. Great run from him as he hits the outside wall there off of turn 2 as soon as I said that. But great run for him getting that pole position. Probably just didn't have the long run speed that he wanted, but I mean, still early on in the race, running that halfway, about 20 laps from halfway or so. There's a little big check up on the outside, still in lamp. And Timothy presses, Nate Boggess comes down pit lane as well. Actually, no, we're 4 laps away from halfway, excuse me, my math, mental math right there. But anyways, still lamp on the outside wall, trying to give these leaders, lead lap cars as much space as they can. They're 2 by 2 right now off of turn number 2. Skylar Jones coming off pit lane right now with a slot behind Travis Bieber in 14th place. Really? See him off there in the background there in 14th. Michael Malm now pulling as well into his box. We're back up to the race lead. Alex Anderson currently still in the race lead. Hunter Sr. in second. Anderson pulling a bigger gap right now as guys spraying out quite a bit right now. But this is mid-pack. This is mid-pack. We're really racing pretty hard. It's Blake McClung right there in 10th place. Being pushed by Skylar Jones' newer tires. As Jones ripping the top side, going to take it 3 wide for a moment there. Off for turn 4, Jones clears. That is not for position, but still pretty hectic anyways. As Blake McClellan gets around Brian Marshall there. Our 10th place spot, and here comes Timothy Presley. Ripping the outside wall as he off to the inside of that 41 machine. This is for 13th place currently. Still side by side, there's Travis Bieber to the outside of Timothy Presley. As there going to be 3 abreast off of turn 4, possibly with some contact on the outside wall, and it's Brian Marshall there. The same wall clears both of those, he clears Timothy Presley, excuse me, as Presley gets the good run off of turn 2. Good momentum down into turn 3. Not really able to do much in turn 3 and turn 4 as Hoff moves himself up 1 more position. As pit stop should be happening here in the next 5 laps or so for the majority of the field. So here they bought some of those newer tires as well. He'll work his way through these drivers with some older tires in front of him. As there goes Travis Bieber down pit lane, that 94 machine. And following him in the pit lane is Timothy Presley. Those 2 drivers down pit lane. And we ran a poll here tonight. 57% of you guys thought there was not going to be a chase driver that wins. But right now, currently, top 2 are chase drivers, and 5 of the top 6 are chase drivers right now. So it's looking likely as we're halfway through this one, 64 laps down. My math correct, it's around 62 to go. As Ryan Housen down pit lane, Dustin Coggin down pit lane as well, maybe trying to undercut Alex Anderson as the tires have fallen off to around 8 or 9 tenths. So this could be a gamble well worth it if these drivers short pit Alex Anderson. We could see a new race leader for a few laps with Anderson trying to warm up his tires as well. Cool tires could play a factor as the temperature is going down here in Homestead as the night continues to go as the time ticks by. I feel like it's 8:30 local time in the sim. It's only going to get colder most likely as temperatures dip down into the nighttime as the sun has not officially set in the Homestead, Miami area. Looks like Hunter Sr. coming out pit lane right now as well. So 2nd place driver into the pits. As no one has gotten a black flag so far tonight. We'll keep that up here. Well, I just jinxed someone possibly, but Michael James down pit lane as well. Garrett's gonna close to Donnie Kite, closest about on the racetrack that I can see. Actually, got Christopher Busch and Tim off right here for 8. Some drivers coming off a billion. That's Tate LaPrera right there in that 52 machine. As now, here comes Alex Anderson now pit lane. So we'll see where he cycles out. We could see Ryan Housen maybe jump him as well. Maybe a few others as well. He short pitted Alex Anderson there. Maybe even Hunter Sr., who pitted a lap or 2 before Alex Anderson. Excuse me. Anderson taking those four Goodyear tires, and away he goes. Where will actually Ryan Housen comes out ahead of Hunter Sr. You can get Alex Anderson off for turn number 2. It's gonna be pretty close on our pit lane. As here comes Houston. Houston down the back straight he goes. Does he have the momentum? He's got the momentum. Side by side with the race lead. Down to 3 and 4. Alex Anderson gonna fight it. Anderson up the racetrack on those cold tires. Not warmed up quite enough. As he's really top of turn 4. Ryan Houston gets around Alex Anderson. And once this cycles out, Houston will have the race lead. Possibly. We'll see if Anderson can fight back. He has about 3 lap fresher tires in that 98 machine. As well a move there I talked about just a few moments ago. Ryan Houston on those fresher tires pitted a little earlier, short pitted 3 laps like I mentioned. That's how big of a difference it makes. As right now currently, once this cycles out, he'll have the race lead. So from all the way back in 26th place, that's where Ryan Houston started in that 98 machine. I've been involved in a heat crash with Timothy Presley and himself. Ryan Houston will need some laps here if he can stay ahead of Alex Anderson for a few more laps. That's Tim Wolf down pit lane. Same with Nathan Johnson is getting rode down as well. Actually, no, he's very slow. Not sure what happened to that 19 machine. He could be out of fuel. He's gone. It's 37 laps. Not sure what happened to that 19 machine. He missed his pit stop. He missed pit road. And he ran out of fuel, I believe. Wow. Yeah, he's out of fuel there. What a disaster for that 19 machine of Nathan Johnson. But we go back up to the race lead here in the moment. Brian Marshall, the only driver that yet to pit, but the top 3 very close together. So now the driver with the fresh tires is Alex Anderson. How long can Ryan Houston hold off that 67 machine? And also Hunter Sr. looking in the background as well. Top 3 nose to tail off of turn 4. Brian Marshall is coming out pit lane as the second pit cycle has cycled itself out. There's one more pit stop left as here comes Hunter Sr. the inside of Anderson. Lap traffic up ahead of Tate LaPrera. That could play a factor as well. Give some of these drivers some dirty air. Senior to the inside of Anderson. Senior gets a little tight, clips the apron I think a little bit there. And he's gonna stay behind Anderson for now. Side by side there, Ryan Houston getting around Tate LaPrera there, lap car. Anderson go work his way around as quickly as he can as well. Houston still out in front as LaPrera not laying Anderson by quite quickly. Not too quickly. And so here comes Tommy Jr. Gonna make it through by for a moment. But not quite. He's gonna stay by for now. As they've got around Tate LaPrera there, as like I mentioned, everyone has cycled through the pit stops. There's one more left if we stay green the rest of tonight. We'll be around lap 100 or so. Top 3 under a blanket right now. And further on back as well, Got Skylar Jones, Michael James, and Donnie Kite under a blanket. 6th, 7th, and 8th. As here comes Michael James to the inside of Skylar Jones for our 6th place spot. That's side by side 4-6 right now. Go back out for the race lead. Alex Anderson to the outside of Brian Houston. Side by side. Houston's going to close the door there off of turn 4. State LePride on the outside wall off of turn 4 as well. As Ryan Houston doing a great job right now defending the race lead, even with a little older tires than Anderson. Anderson trying to get that right rear quarter panel, not able to. We look to the inside, Senior in the outside wall for turn 2. And still bumper to bumper down into turn 3. Anderson sends it in deep on the outside, alongside Houston, side by side for turn 4. Ryan Houston very tight, some more contact there off of turn 4. Still side by side, but I think Anderson's going to clear off of turn 4. And here comes Hunter Senior as well on the outside. Will he move himself up the second? Yes, he will for a moment. Not quite clear yet. He only about 2 here for second, as that's going to allow Alex Anderson to pull away. Ryan Houston backs out of it big time. He falls down from 1st to 3rd there in the matter of a few corners. As now it's Anderson and Senior back 1-2 on the racetrack. And can Anderson now pull away from Hunter Senior here as well? It's back into the mid-pack or so. Skylar Jones getting passed by Jared Skinner. Skylar Jones very old tires. At 19 laps ago, Skinner has 12 lap pressure tires. Did in that 47 machine as well. Now we have a moment here. We're going to do another Ellerin. Crank it up here. From the 48 laps to go this time by. One more pit stop left for all these drivers. And will we see a caution here tonight as well? As back live here for the Ellerin, crank it up. Alex Anderson still leads over Hunter Sr. in second. Ryan Houston in third. The top three have not changed so far here tonight. Then Ellerin crank it up. Donnie Kite looking for that top 5 spot over Craig Martin. As I mentioned, still one more pit stop to go here tonight as well. We'll be around 30 laps to go. So around 14 laps. All the 14 laps here. Maybe some drivers could stretch it 16, 17 laps if they really wanted to. Might not be the best strategy for some of these drivers. Donnie Kite side by side with Craig Martin. This is for 5th place. But still side by side, big stride drop there from Donnie Kite. Ryan Houston got around Hunter Sr. there for a second, missed that one. As this was off of turn number 4, had a little momentum to the inside of Sr. He went. And absolutely sent it into turn 1 and 2. I think Sr. might have just let him have it there. Well, what an impressive run for that 98 machine. We'll get into it a little later after this battle here. As Donnie Kite now clears for 5th. Here comes Jared Skinner as well, behind Craig Martin. I mentioned Ryan Houston starting all the way down in 26th place. Worked his way under green. No caution so far tonight with 39 laps to go here in lap 87. No caution so far here tonight. And he's worked his way all the way back of the field to the front. Up 24 spots. Very impressive for that 98 machine. And he has a good chance to win this one late as well. But back to the mid-pack here. Jared's going to get around Craig Martin. Skinner has a little bit fresher tires as well. It's the inside still, and there's also Michael James in the background there. He may be able to make a move on Craig Martin here in a few moments once these guys single file back out. And still side by side here is Donnie Kite trying to hang on for that 5th place spot for these final few pit stops. It's Craig Martin pushing Donnie Kite ahead of Jerry Skinner. It's going to look to the inside of Kite, but what if they have enough momentum? Make it happen. As now Skinner to the inside, still of Donnie Kite. Craig Martin still trying to run the outside lines, trying to stay ahead of Jared Skinner for that 6th place spot. As Ruben Rhodes down pit lane, first driver come into the pit stalls. Here for the next final pit stop if we use stay green. The single file back out here for around 7th place. We go back a little further deeper in the field. Mostly single file, spread out just a little bit. These drivers close the battle on the racetrack is actually for the race lead. Alex Anderson and Ryan Houston. Right now, these drivers kind of, I think, just riding around trying to wait for those last pit stops. and see what they can do. A few drivers coming on pit lane as well. Nate Bogus down in his box. Travis Weaver as well. Here come the 33 laps to go this time by. It's about when I said pit stops would happen. Some of these drivers might stretch it a little bit longer, see what they can do, but this is the final pit stop if we do stay green. Ryan Hodgson, all the back bumper of Alex Earnsley. Beat to the inside there a little bit. The back thinks the better of it and stays behind for now. Michael Malm not pilling out as well. Skylar Jones exiting the pit box. Alex McQueen bringing in out pit lane. Team with Hunter Sr. That's one of our top 3 drivers. As Sr. first one to make the call down pit lane. We'll see if that pays off for that 42 machine. And if we see a caution here, that would change everything. So we'll see Anderson or Housen down pit lane. Yes, we will. Ryan Housen down pit lane. Aggressive period entry. Gonna get Will down time. Don't know if he got speeding. Doesn't look like he did from telemetry. As he overshoots his pit box, big mistake for a 98 machine. That's going to cost him valuable time on pit lane. We'll see in a moment how much it actually costs him as Hunter Sr. is out pit lane. He's currently down the back straightaway, just exiting the pit road exits. He's the inside of Alex McQueen now, entering turn 3 and 4. Ryan Housen now exiting his stall right now. 4 tires. Could we maybe see someone take 2 tires? As Anderson down into his stall as well. Here comes Housen down off of pit lane. The pit lane access road. As you can see, Hunter Sr. coming through here. Turn 1 and turn 2. He's got the momentum down the back straightaway. He's already up the speed. He's clear easily of that 98 machine. As Anderson into his pit stall there, that 3rd place spot. One heat number 1 as well. And black flag for someone. I think that might have been Alex McQueen, possibly. Alex Anderson out of his stall right there. It's Hunter Sr. coming around. I think Anderson might be able to stay in the race lead even after that pit stop, as even though Hunter Sr. pitted 2 laps before him, he's still about 1 second back. Ryan Housen with that big mistake on pit lane gonna cost him quite a few seconds there. Got the game around 2 seconds on Alex Anderson. These next 30 laps or so. A bunch of other drivers coming up pit lane as well, and we'll see if someone takes 2. I mean, I talked about it a little earlier, a few moments ago. I mean, 2-tire strategy definitely would not be the bad call. But no one's really able. No one looks like they're gonna risk it right now. Looking at Timothy Presley, as the top 4 have yet to pit. That's Blake McClung, Samuel Hoff, Christopher Busch, and Brian Marshall. Marshall can go around 7 more laps. Maybe even longer if he saved a little bit of fuel. Maybe 10 at the most, if he really wanted to. I think these top 4 are just kind of hoping for a caution right now. Especially Samuel Hoff, roughing it for him. As here comes Blake McClung now pit lane. Good period entry for him. Ooh, I said that a little too soon. Locked up the brakes there in the rear end and kicked it to the left side, but looks pretty good other than that. So Samuel Hoff now takes the race lead here for a moment. Hunter Sr. and Ryan Housen closing the gap down to Alex Anderson his last few laps. Brian Marshall down pit lane as well. These 2 drivers have yet to pit. Samuel Hoff and Christopher Busch have yet to make the trip down the pit lane right now. When will these two make the call and go down pit road? Guys can only go around probably 4 more laps at most. They really want to stretch it that far. As there goes Christopher down pit lane, Sim off, the only driver that has yet to pit so far. Sim and Basketball now down pit lane as well. The drivers in the impact, that's Travis Bieber, Nathan Johnson. Ran out of fuel there, still in 13th place and looking for finish with a top 10 here tonight. After that huge mistake he made, he's the last driver on the new lap currently. Sim off right behind him as well. And Nathan Johnson, actually, he has not pitted yet as well, so he still needs a pit, excuse me, so he's actually not going to be 13th once this cycle's out. Looks like Sim Hoff coming down pit lane. Locks the rears in a little bit, but that was pretty much a perfect hero entry right there. Currently, Anderson leads over Senior at 1 second between those two drivers. From the 21 laps to go, do our last Eller run and crank it up here. From the 21 to go, this time by Anderson still leads over Senior. As back Clive here as Ryan Houston makes his way past up the Hunter Senior up to second place now. Here with 17 laps to go. He chased down Alex Anderson about 8 tenths out in front. We've been green for all 109 laps, probably 110 laps here. No cautions so far here tonight as well. As the field pretty spread out right now with all those pit stops. 3 pit stops, no one's got the pit anymore. Alex Anderson currently our points leader on a great night. Led easily the most laps here tonight as well. One heat 1 as well. Took a lead lap 1, turn 1 on the open restart. Hasn't really looked back since. He's had his battles with Hunter Senior and Ryan Houston, but he's always came up out on top here. With 14 and a half laps to go. Can you hang on for a few more laps and pick up his 4th win of the season, which would tie Connor Bosey with the most wins this season? Anderson has really ramped it up in these few chase races. Finishes of 2nd, 1st, and 8th. The opening 3 races of the chase. But Hudson closing the gap down under half a second now as he's reeling in Anderson. Most likely there'll be a dogfight here at the end as Anderson's trying to win the race up 190 here at Homestead. Probably the fact a little dirtier be as well. Houston hasn't really had to have too much dirty air trying to catch Anderson, but now that he's within half a second, he has that dirty air effect from that 67 machine, but also lap traffic up ahead could affect Anderson as well. I believe that is Brian Marshall. I believe possibly. And yes, it is that 64 Brian Marshall there. About to go 1 lap down. He's going to fight for that lead lap. He's going to try to stay on it, most likely. As Henderson has fallen back quite a bit from these top 2. Has not really been able to hang on that long run speed by 42 machine. And he's still in hunt for the chase, currently 2nd in the points. And if it ends up like this, with coming to 10 laps to go, he's going to finish 3rd most likely. If we don't see a caution, he'll still have a fighting chance in the championship between him and Alex Anderson. Same with Craig Martin. The great run here for him tonight in 7th place. Currently sits 3rd in the points. Jim Loft currently 4th in the points. He's currently running in 12th place. As a Watchers in 5th in the points, currently running 14th. Skylar Jones, currently 6th in the points, excuse me. Not having a great nights tonight. They're currently in 27th place on pit lane. Ryan Houston having trouble getting around the lap car. Brian Marshall there might cost him a few tenths. Maybe, not really. Actually got a good run off for turn 4. And they got down to 2.5 tenths now. With 9 laps to go. A lot of lap traffic up ahead as well. Not going to help any of these drivers. As they got down to 2 tenths now. Here come the 8 laps to go this time by. Alex Anderson in front. Ryan Houston in 2nd. And they're catching a lap traffic pretty quickly. And it's gonna, I think that might be the deciding factor here tonight in tonight's race winner. And then you really see a lap shot. It's Tim McBaxwell, I believe, and Alex McQueen from what I saw. Up ahead to go around the outside. Just kind of stay out of the way of the leaders. But Anderson not catching him at a great opportunity. This could be Housen's chance to pounce here. He's got some momentum down the back straightaway. Got a little bit of draft. Tim McBaxwell side drafts him a little bit into turn 3. But he's now closer than Anderson. As Anderson catching lap traffic once more, not the greatest spot, but he's got some draft from Alex McQueen off of turn number 4. He's going to stay ahead for now. And now 6 laps to go and counting. As Housen losing a lot of time there through 1 and turn 2. You got now 3.5 tenths down into turn 3. There's 1 lap car in between. I believe that's Michael Malm there. That 72 machine. And now 5 laps to go. Here in the race tech 190. As Anderson has opened up the gap just a little bit here. 3 tenths between these two drivers. How aggressive will Ryan Housen be against a chase driver? I don't know if he really cares too much, but something to maybe consider as well. But he's also going for the race win here. Will be his first race win of the season. He's also going for that 13th place in the points as well. Who currently belongs to Nathan Johnson, who's not having the best night tonight after that pit road mishap. Ryan Housen still trying to close the gap down enough to make a move. 3 laps to go this time by a Homestead Miami. Ryan Housen fighting back from a heat crash. We've been green this whole race so far. He's been having to battle through the traffic up 24 spots. With 2.5 laps to go, can he win this race? Not a great exit there for a 98 machine. Anderson pulls away just a little bit, almost half a second between these two drivers. Can Anderson close the deal and get another top 10 finish in this chase? Be his 4th in a row. If he can hang on to the top 10, and be his 4th win this season as well, if he can hang on for these next 2 laps and 3 miles. As there's a dogfight here for that 13th place spot, Nate Bogus and Timothy Presley. And then Walters under a blanket here with 2 laps to go for these drivers. The back out front, Alex Anderson off of turn 4 is going to see the white flag. Going to be green the checker, no cautions in between. Anderson just has to go through 1.5 miles to go for him to get his 4th win of the season. Does Ryan Housen have anything off of turn number 2? Or maybe for that 67 machine, it's really tough at turn 2, hits the outside wall, and that's going to be all she writes. Alex Anderson through at 3 and 4. Got the race lead in turn 1, lap 1 on the initial restart, and hasn't looked back since. Off of turn 4, Alex Anderson will win the race tech 190 and pick up his 4th win of the season. And Ryan Housen will finish in 2nd. 3rd will be Hunter Sr. There's Allen here for his 13th place spot up ahead. Jared Skinner, 9 kites. As for 13th, here comes Timothy Brush to the inside of Isaiah Waltress. Side by side for 13th place here through 3 and 4. Coming to the line. It's going to be door to door, but Presley gets top of turn 4, and Isaiah Waltress takes it there. He'll stay in that 13th place spot. But what about for these two drivers? But Alex Anderson will get it done here at Homestead. This is a quick break. We'll be right back with the top 3 interviews and also our final race results. Back live here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We'll take a quick look at our final race results here. Went green the checker, no cautions in between. Alex Anderson takes the lead on lap 1. Didn't look back since. He wins here tonight at Homestead. Picks up his 4th of the season. Ryan Housen, dogfight to the finish. Up 24 spots. Started 26th. Had a chance to win there late. Just couldn't make it happen. Hunter Sr. in 3rd. Dustin Coggin 4th. Donnie Kite 5th. Jared Skirn 6th, Craig Martin 7th, Michael James in 8th, Blake McCollum 9th, Travis Bieber in 10th, Tim Hoff in 11th, Christopher Bush 12th, Isaiah Walters 13th, Billy Presley 14th, Nate August 15th, Warren Marshall 16th, Jordan Warnock 17th, Christian Swagger 18th, Tate Laprado 19th, and Ruben Rhodes rounding out the top 20. Going first, Nathan Johnson, Michael Malm 22nd, Alex McQueen 23rd, 24th is Zachary Tyler, 25th, Dylan Lamp, Tim Basketball 26th, Skylar Jones 27th, Kyle Lewinsky 28th, and Dan Rebark in 29th. Let's speak to our race winner here tonight of Alex Anderson. What a performance for this driver here. 4th win of the season, and his 4th top 10 in a row as well in the chase. Hello, Alex. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good, but you're doing a little bit better here in Victory Lane here at Homestead. Your 4th top 10 in a row, and ever since this chase started, you've been pretty much the guy to beat in the chase. Talk us through your night and just talk us through this chase so far.
Yeah, I still can't get over the incredible turnaround that this team had as soon as the chase started. For like the back half of the regular season, it was just wreck after wreck. I could not finish a race, and when I did, I was outside the top 15. And now we've got a 2nd place, 2 wins, and another top 10. So it's just feels really good, and makes me feel even better heading into the last 2 weeks of the season. So hoping we can keep the momentum moving and go get us a 3rd one.
Yeah, great race for you. I mean, a lot of pits, the Green Flag pit stops going green to checker there, no yellows. Talk us through your pit stop strategy as well, and also that final pit stop to seal the deal.
Well, my first 2 stops, I was just kind of feeling it out from there. I mean, I took the lead off the start because I feel like it's super hard to pass anywhere. So I took the lead off the start just to have that advantage there. And then from there, it's just kind of figuring it out, running the race as it came to me. And I pretty much, my rule of thumb was I'm going to pit the lap after Hunter does. That's what I did the first 2. Actually, I think I did that all 3 stops, but the 3rd stop I was planning to split in half from my 2nd stop. So I was aiming for lap 96. And then I saw that both Housden and Hunter ducked into the pits at the same time. So I was like, oh, I should probably go in the lap after, and ended up with I think a 2.5 advantage off that, and was just able to ride that out to the win.
Yeah, you get it done here tonight at Homestead, and anyone like thank for tonight's victory?
Well, first off, always got to thank my parents. Biggest 2 sponsors right there. None of this would be possible without them. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thanks everybody back at the Revved Up shop for giving me this rocket. It was Chevrolet, even though the setup made it handle like a dump truck. Thanks to everybody at SuperStar ARCA Cup for putting on the show for us tonight. And thanks to you for putting up the broadcast for us.
Yeah, of course. And congrats on your win here tonight at Homestead. See you next week at New Hampshire.
Thank you, sir.
So that was Alex Anderson, our race winner. You'll bring our 2nd place finisher of Ryan Houston. Ended up short there, but up 24 spots after starting in 26th place. Around 98 machine. Oh, Ryan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So you started all the way back in 26 after a heat incident there, worked your way up to second under green flag conditions. Talk us through your race and talk us how you got through the field so good and had a chance to win their lay as well.
Yeah, unfortunate that the heat didn't go my way because I thought coming into this race I kind of had the bottom figured out on saving tires and making time. And if I could have started closer to the front, it would have been pretty interesting. Although I did get to the front by the end of that first run. But anyway, I just running the bottom here is super good. And I think if you just be patient on throttle, you can save your right front. And I was just better on my right front, I think, than like everybody but Anderson. And yeah, I mean, going from 26 to second without a caution was a hell of a lot of fun. And I don't know, pretty happy with that. I was really trying hard to get one more though.
Yeah, that would have been very impressive there, but still fighting for that 13th place spot in the championship. Only 47 points back from Nathan Johnson. So going these next 2 weeks, what's your thoughts on trying to get, I guess, the best of the rest, you would call it?
Yeah, I mean, more runs like this would definitely help. I think this is just kind of a track and setup type that just kind of fits my style. I'm really good on the right fronts in general, and this track just obliterates right fronts. So I was just kind of good at it. I slid through my box 2 times on these green flag stops, and that cost me so much time that I wish I didn't have to make up because I think I had the speed to win, but I don't know, just bring that speed to New Hampshire and to Texas at the finale and hope for the best. I think 13th is within reach for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And anyone like thank for tonight's good run here at Homestead?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my friends and family that are back home watching. I'm hoping they stayed up to watch this one. I hopefully put on a good show for them. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. They're fun to rewatch at the end. Thank my teammate Albert for helping me practice this past week. Thank the Venom guys for letting me in and chat during the race. That was fun. And thank Genuine Alaska Pollock Producers, my employer. Eat more pollock. I think that's all I got to say.
Well, congrats on your second here tonight at Homestead. We'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
All right, thanks. See you next week.
So it's Ryan Houston in the second place spot. Just falling short of Alex Anderson, but very impressive run for him as well. Up 24 spots from 26th place starting position. Hunter Sr. in third. Bring him into booth here. Oh, Hunter, you got a copy?
Yeah.
So you round yourself off in the third place there. You were up right behind Anderson for quite a bit, but then that last pit stop just seems like you kind of fell off big time and couldn't really fight back. Walk us through that final 30 laps or so.
Yeah, we you know, I had it in my head that I was going to try to short pit that and see if I could get a better chance at a win there. I hate it because, you know, I mean, I think it was earlier in the race, my best chance, you know, I short pitted him, came out right behind him, and just nothing I could do about it. Even if I would have short pitted and, you know, even though I short pitted and I didn't get up to him, even if I would have got up to him, I wouldn't be able to do anything. And just, you know, I hate it. That was pretty, the whole race, you're just running behind somebody following them the whole time. There's nothing you can do about it because of all the air blocking. And he's, you know, I mean, it's not just the car. He's obviously really good at what he's doing, and then got to give him credit for that. I thought I was able to get him too, but his entry and exits off pit road were, those are insane. I can't believe that. I thought he took 2 for the longest time. I was convinced he took 2, but he was just really good at what he was doing. I got to give him all the credit on that one. That I wish there was something I could have done.
Yeah, still a great result for you tonight, third place, and you still have a fighting chance in the championship right now. What's your outlook on these next 2 races as well?
Hopefully tonight, you know, not just me, but, you know, hopefully me and Alex definitely just proved that, you know, out of this field, who's going to want it more and who's willing to push the hardest we can. I mean, you know, Dustin was up there for a bit, and once we got around him, it was like we were just trying to put on the best class of the field that we could. And, you know, this next 2 weeks, you know, we're going to, you know, I know he's thinking about it, and obviously I'm thinking about it. You know, we're going to do everything we can, you know, at least to give everybody a good show. Hopefully tonight, you know, I mean, in the car it wasn't the best, but hopefully watching it for a lot of the people, they enjoyed that. You know, a lot of the racing, I hate that you know, I tonight was going to be my best chance, and I think next week is going to be a maybe better chance. I don't know how he is on short tracks. I can't really narrow it down, but hopefully next week we can put on the same show we did tonight and go to Texas and battle it out and put on a good show for everybody.
Yeah, well said, and congrats on your third place here tonight. Anyone that think tonight's a good run?
Oh yeah, most definitely Juicy Spider, everybody on Juicy Spider, Mike, Mike, Josh, Donald, Jared, Nick, all those guys. You know, I say it every week that the improvements that I'm making is you can just narrow it all down to every single one of those guys. You know, every one of us, you know, are putting effort in on everybody's part, and everybody's working so hard to, you know, push each other to get better. And there's a lot of improvements. I know at the beginning of the season I wasn't really doing that good, and towards the end, you know, it's obviously a good result that those guys are working their hardest. You know, with me and Donald and Jared, we're out here proving the best we can, and can't give more thanks to those guys. Definitely on Josh and Donald's High Side podcast. You know, that's another big sponsor on the car that I got to give a shout out to, and NJB Designs, RPM. That's, you got to give thanks to everybody. Glad to be able to put the car on the podium and compete for a championship driving with those sponsors on the car.
Well, congrats on your third here tonight at home. So we'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.
Thanks, you too. So that was Hunter Senior, third place driver. And overall, it was a very hectic race and a very strategic race as well. Green flag to the end as well, 125 laps green. Not something you typically see in any league at all, but what a race that was, and great battles throughout the field as well, and clean. Just like I like to see for the most part. And next up, tomorrow night, we have the Undisputed Cup Series at Daytona. It's the regular season finale for the Undisputed Cup Series, so Chase, the playoffs start soon for them. And in the ARCA Cup Series goes to Bristol Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in the Bonfire Racing League. They go to Indianapolis there on Sunday morning, 9:50 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Tuesday night, the Legends Racing League Gen 4 Series goes to Homestead. Then Wednesday, SuperStar ARCA Cup Series goes to New Hampshire, like I mentioned. Also, this weekend as well, we have the Brickyard Bash, hosted by Legends Racing Network. Sunday afternoon, street stocks at Indianapolis for 80 laps, 300 miles, right before the real life Brickyard 400. Should be a very, very fun event, free to entry. So if you're interested in joining, you can join the Legends Racing Network at Discord, which should be in the description below, and also is in the chat as well. So if you're interested in joining that, it'll be a very fun race, and it's free to join as well, and it'll be broadcast live on the Legends Racing Network Sunday afternoon, July 27th. So if you're interested in joining that, please join the Discord and get signed up as well. But I mentioned a pretty good race here tonight at Homestead, and we'll see you next time on the Legends Racing Network.